All right, so one of the things that prompted me to want to do the video on the Monopoly board game was I did put a post on my Instagram, which is located at Brewster's Roost, and it got a huge response. I know a lot of people, actually probably my post that had the most responses, really amazed by the response on there, so I appreciate everybody sharing that picture. So I'm going to do a little video going over everything in the box. There it was 4 pieces of tape holding the lid together. I did take those off just for the sake of this video. I didn't even open this yet. If you want to look at the front of the box here, if you're watching the video, it has enjoy island life and earn Nook miles to win, and it has 4 character tokens. So on here you'll see the 4 different people that you could be. So I'm pretty excited to get in there and see what those look like. They kind of look like little amiibo figures, but they're actually of villagers. And then the box is your standard New Horizons logo, Hasbro Gaming in the bottom right hand corner. Then up at the top left, it says the fast dealing property trading game. So after all, it is just Monopoly, but I shouldn't say that because there is quite a few things if we look at the back of it and flip it over here. And before we really get into it, so the back of the box, it says Monopoly, welcome to your deserted island getaway, Visit islands, collect resources, and earn Nook miles. Complete island tasks, meet villagers, and shop at Nook's Cranny. Choose a character skill and rack up the bells. Earn the most Nook miles to win. And then it has a picture of Timmy and Tommy on the bottom, holding the flag there. Pretty cute. Shows a picture of the board game over here. So right away you could see some of the big differences. It is one of these smaller Monopoly board games where each color, instead of having 3 of, just say, the orange squares, there's only 2. Same thing with the pink. So normally a Monopoly board has 3 of all those colored locations. So this is a bit of the smaller size Monopoly, but then you'll see all the stacks of stuff that are set up on the outside. So I'll get into the instructions and the rules to kind of see what that's all about. But down in the contents for it, so the contents, you have the game board, 4 character tokens, 4 skill cards, 35 decoration cards, 14 Nook Mile cards, 14 chance cards, 160 resource chips. I'm sure those are going to be fun to pop out and get mixed up. 45 bell coins, whatever that is, and 54 bell coins, 40 player markers, 1 numbered die, 1 Nook's Cranny die, a label sheet, and a game guide. And like I said, if you look at the setup here, the board game has all of your classic Animal Crossing logos and designs on it, and I'm really excited to see what the characters look like that you could play. So I'm going to go ahead and open this and see what we're up against here. Alright, so I'll show the box of the front one more time, and we'll open it up. Okay, nothing on the inside of the lid, but right away we're greeted by Isabel. She has her logo standing there waving to us, Monopoly, Animal Crossing, and then it says, welcome to your island getaway. Then it looks like it has a little quick set of rules here. I'm going to go ahead and read those. So it says, welcome to your deserted island getaway. As you explore, try to earn the most Nook miles by buying decorations from Nook's Cranny and using Nook Mile cards to trade resources and bells for Nook miles. After you read the game guide, start playing. If you get stuck, follow these steps for what to do on your next turn. On your turn. Roll both dice, then move. Do what the board space you landed on tells you to do. Look at the Nook Cranny die, sell the resource to the bank if you want. If you passed go, shop at Nook's Cranny. Pass the die to the next player for their turn. The game ends as soon as a player buys their 7th item from Nook's Cranny. Then the player with the most Nook miles wins. So right away it's a little bit different than Monopoly there. And just a bunch of the copyright stuff down here on the side of Isabel. Then to the left here we have a pack. I'm going to assume this is where all of your characters are. It's in a little paper pack that's taped shut. I'll get to that in a second. You have your chance cards. Right on the top of the pack here is KK Slider. I'll flip it over so the back of the card you could see it says skill. I'll open those and we'll go through those in a second. Then the second pack of cards here. This one's wrapped differently. This one's kind of like wrapped how you would get something in a cereal box back in the day. But I just see a life ring on this, so we'll go through those cards. There's no image on the backs of those. This one's wrapped kind of like a pack of gum where it has that foil strip across there that we're going to open up. Didn't see these 6 little stickers. Not too sure what they are. Maybe they go on some of the characters. I don't know. We'll have to look at that in a second. We'll take out this little tray. Take out the Isabel tray. All right, so right away we see the board game, or the actual board. It's folded into quarters. Looks a little small, feels a little light. I used to have an original Monopoly back in the day, and it was just folded in half, so it was a little hefty, but we'll open this board up in 1 second. We'll set that to the side. And these are all these coins that we're gonna have to pop out. I don't remember how many it said there were at the beginning. There were quite a few. This is folded in half. Let me see if I can get this out. Okay, yeah, that's folded in half, and they're the same all the way across. And then there's an additional one in here that has all the characters on it, and it looks like some bells with numbers on them. So here's all of your characters. So yeah, these are something that's kind of, I don't know, it's probably going to be fun to pop these out, but probably easy to lose these. So I'm going to get some little Ziploc bags and put all those in there. And I don't know if there's something we're going to have to keep separated in between things. I'll have to see what they're all about. But yeah, this whole big thing here, you're going to pop all these out. So there's a picture of a fossil, apples, butterflies, bitterlings, bell bags, bell coins. Yeah, just quite a few things we're going to pop out. So I'll set that to the side. And then it looks like there's a little book in here that tells you how to play. So we'll go through this. It's just a little four panel paper, front and back. We'll get to that in a second, but in the meantime, we're gonna open the board and take a look at that. So like I said, it's a four-fold. Comes in quarters, fold it open. I don't know when they started doing that with board games, but I actually don't like it. I prefer just a fold in half method. But we'll take a look here at the board. All right, so we'll start down at the go square. It says to browse Nook's Cranny, and it has go. Then it looks like we have a fossil, question mark, an apple. Then we're landed by Dodo Airlines, a butterfly, a Nook Mile, a bitterling, just visiting in jail. Then we're going to round the corner here. We have a fossil, question mark, apple, dodo, butterfly, Nook Mile, bitterling, and free parking. Round the corner again, and we have a fossil, question mark, apple, dodo airline, butterfly, Nook Mile, bitterling, and go to jail. And round the corner, we have the same setup here, but just in green. It is the fossil, question mark, apple, dodo airline, butterfly, Nook Mile, bitterling, and then we're back to go. So the board game's pretty simple looking. It just has the same thing on each side, just different color variations on the fruits and the fossils. So as far as the board goes, it looks pretty easy. I'm just a little worried about all these little coins, but I'm going to open up this pack just so I can get my hands on these characters and see what they look like. So I'm going to take the paper envelope that these characters are in, rip that open. She's sealed in there pretty good. All right, so inside of the bag, we have the characters and the dice. I'm going to just dump them out here. Empty. The bag just says made in China. It has a number on it. Nothing important there. Each figure is wrapped in a tissue paper, so we'll open those in 1 second. Oh, okay, here we go. So we got a blank die, so I'm assuming that's where these come into play. Don't know why they couldn't have just printed those on there for us, but we're gonna have to put some stickers on the die. Then you just have a regular 6-sided die. Nothing too important there. I rolled a 1 right away, snake eye. So each little packet here has a character in it. I'm excited to see what these look like. We're gonna carefully open these up. Hopefully there's no damage to them. They do look fragile on the bag, but it's kind of like a little mini amiibo figure, kind of mixed with, like, I don't know, kind of those toys that you would get in a, what are those, Kinder Eggs, something similar to that. I'm gonna bring it up to the camera here to get a close look. So this character is one of the female characters with a orange bug net, and they're wearing the NTDO hat, all dressed in pink. Did a really good job for a small figure like this. It's actually a lot of detail. It looks pretty nice. So I'll set that one down and we'll open up the next one. We'll go with this one. So this is the same thing, just wrapped in the tissue paper. This character is awesome. I liked when they were using this character on all of the promotional material. This is the character that has like the dreadlock style hair, and he's carrying a little shovel and he's walking around. He's got a little orange book bag on, and what I liked about this character is his pants. They're like hiked up a little bit, so I'm gonna show that one here. Again, the detail on these is really nice for a small figure like this. So I will set him here. And also, I guess you don't really have to be worried about it because like the shovel is kind of rubbery. His arms are rubbery. They're definitely very thin though. That's one thing that I'm a little worried about, but with that having that little rubberiness to it, hopefully they don't fall apart. So we got our two characters there. We'll go for this one. All right, this one's pretty intense. This one's a fisherman. This one's pretty cool. It's got the huge fishing rod. It's got a fish on the end of it. Nice and pliable, pretty soft and rubbery. The character's awesome. It's got an orange fishing hat on. I always considered these to be the stoner eyes. Going back to the Nintendo or the GameCube version, I always thought they were the stoner eyes. But yeah, this character's in his fishing gear. It looks like he's wearing a pair of Crocs there. But yeah, really awesome figure. I really enjoy these figures. They're really nice. Now, that's not to say you can't really play the game with some of your Animal Crossing amiibo. I'm sure you could use those as well. I mean, technically, you could use anything you want, but they would fit in nicely with this game. So I'm going to open the last character here. Tissue on this. And we got the green character here. This is one of the female characters, I believe. I'm just going by like the hairstyle and stuff like that, but this character is all dressed in green. Green hat, green stand, a blue shirt, carrying an apple, and it's kind of got those sly eyes looking off to the side. And like a nice looking knitted hat. I really enjoy that. It's got the pom-pom on the top. Yeah, these figures are awesome. I really enjoy these. I think these are a great figure to go along with this game. I'm kind of glad that they did something like this, because when I saw the front of the box, it showed a picture of the characters, but then it said tokens. And in my head, when you think token, you just think of like a little cardboard thing, kind of like how these things are. And I was nervous about that, but then when I saw it was an actual 3D figure, I got excited. So I'm gonna, for the video portion of this, I'm gonna get a close-up here on all of these characters so we could get a better idea of what they look like. And I guess for scale, they're probably about an inch in size. They're definitely small, but they look amazing. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a video of those on here real quick. Again, I can't stress enough how cool these characters look, but I'm going to set them off to the side for now, and I'm going to go ahead and open up these cards. I'm going to open up the cards first that are like blank on the back, the one that's in the looser bag here, just to get an idea of what these cards are. It's just your regular cardstock card, nothing too exciting, but we have life rings. So these are things you could buy at the store, and it has a cost of, this one has just 4 bells on it, and it says value at the end of the game 8. Not too sure what that is. Like I said, we'll go over the rules, but then you have a mush parasol, the snow globe, one of my favorite items in the game. I enjoy that. Picnic basket, the beach chair, the leaf campfire, another good one. The illuminated present. This is an awesome present. One of my best friends that I made in Animal Crossing sent me this, and I really enjoy it. The tulip wreath, a sea globe, another cool item. Mushroom wreath, the illuminated snow. I love all the illuminated stuff on the game. The windflower fan, the regular fan, mush table, the big festive tree, another favorite of mine, flower stand, the cooler box, the mush lamp, outdoor bath, garden wagon, the barbecue grill, the Tree's Bounty lamp. I always hated saying the Tree's Bounty items in the game because it just doesn't fit right with me. I don't know why. Tree's Bounty lamp. The 3-tiered snow person, the iron garden table, plastic pool, the Tree's Bounty arch, the frozen table, the outdoor picnic set, palm tree lamp, Tree's Bounty big tree. See what I mean with those names? Kind of like a tongue twister there. The frozen arch, the cherry blossom branches, the Dell model plane, the simple DIY workbench, a must-have for every island, the ACNH Nintendo Switch. Love that item. And this one's blank. Blue on one side, green on the other. So I'm not too sure why. Oh, you know what? All the other cards have leaf items on the back. So I don't know why that one's blank. Maybe it'll explain that later in the rules, but they all do have leaves on the back. All right, now I'm gonna open up the pack of chance cards. They say chance on this side, then this side says skill. Let me try to find the opening spot right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and open these. And we'll go through these just like we did with the other cards. If I could get them open, that is. There we go. Sorry for the struggle. Alright, so these cards, I'll get the plastic out of here. Looks like they all say, no they don't. So we have skill. I'll go over the backs. We have, it says skill and it has your 4 characters. And there's some of those cards. And you have your Nook Miles. So these will be all the items that you see on the board. So I'm assuming then you'll have the butterfly, the question mark. Nope, no butterfly, just a question mark. So we'll flip these over and we'll look and see what these are. So this is a chance card. So I don't know if I'm going to go ahead and read through all these, but this one says an island paradise with your best pals sounds pretty good to me, or sounds pretty groovy to me. KK Slider slips you a boot of his show, and it says you can collect. So this chance card here has Celeste on it, and it says the stars above, falling all the way to earth just to hear our wishes. Isn't that lovely? Romantic idea? Or isn't that a lovely romantic idea? So then it says that you earn 2 coins there. Then you have a chance card with Isabel on it. Then you have the Able Sisters. Mabel and Sable design some new patterns for you. Time to customize. Then you have a chance card here. It says, I'm here on a camping trip. Do you live on the island? And I'm assuming that's just supposed to be like one of the villagers that come to stay in the tent. So that's pretty neat. Then you have Rosie here on a chance card. Then you have, let me bring this up here. So it says the work of art you bought is a fake, and then you have to pay. So that one's kind of cool. That one's one where you have to lose some money. So I'll go through and read all these a little bit later. And we have one here with Daisy May. You buy turnips from Daisy May and you forgot to sell them. Happens to the best of us, don't worry. So for the video portion here, I'm just kind of scrolling through these. You have a Raymond card here. Yikes, what happened to your face? Sorry, that was insensitive. You got stung by wasps, then you have to pay. So yeah, a lot of these are cards you probably don't want to get. Scrolling through them here. Leaf. You got to do what makes you happy. You buy some leaf, little seeds, and saplings. Chance card, Tim, Tommy, and Tom Nook. It's time to pay your moving fee. Oh boy. Another chance card here. Then we got some Nook Mile cards. So these Nook Mile cards, it just says, first time buyer, pay 2 bells by the end of the game or lose 5 Nook Miles. So these are, let's see, Nook Miles, miles for stockholders. Pay 5 bells by the end of the game or lose 10 Nook points. Or Nook Miles, sorry. So these are all different things where if you don't pay, you're going to lose Nook Miles, Nook points by the end. Give 2 apples to the bank. Give 2 butterflies to the bank. 2 fossils to the bank. Give 2 bitterlings to the bank. Give 4 apples to the bank. Oh man, look at this one. It says, give 4 apples to the bank. Once you do, flip this card over and keep it in front of you. Value at the end of the game, 10 Nook Miles. So that's a Nook Mile ticket that's worth 10. So then another one where you got to give butterfly, give fossils, give fish. Then we have a card here that says shop to it. When you buy a decoration from Nook's Cranny, subtract 3 bells from its cost. So that's a little bit of a coupon, I guess. Then you have a bell ringer. When you sell a resource at Nook Cranny, collect an extra 3 bells. Then you have the growing collection. When you visit or discover an island, collect 2 resources. If you already discovered that island, collect 3 resources. This is a kind of a hard card to read. It's like a light yellow on a green background with the leaves. So it's pretty hard to read. It's actually not even the leaves. I can't even tell what that is. It's hard to read. Then you have a seller of unwanted stuff. When you roll the Nook's Cranny die, you may sell the resources you collect and choose the other type of resources to sell. So those are all the cards in that pile. All right, so what I think I'm going to do here for the sake of time is I'm going to look at the Monopoly rule set for this game, and I think I'm just going to cover the part that is different, where it says what's different about Monopoly Animal Crossing. So I'm going to cover that part right here. So if you're watching the video, I have it up on the screen right here, but I'm going to read it for the people listening to the podcast. So it says, visit islands and collect resources. Instead of buying properties and paying rent, you'll discover islands and collect bugs, fish, fossils, and fruit. When you're the first player to land on an island space, place one of your markers on that space to show you discovered it. Then collect the resource pictured at that space. When another player lands on on one of your discovered islands, you both collect that island resource. Sell island resource for bells. Each turn, you'll roll the number die, which tells you how many spaces to move, and the Nook's Cranny die, which tells you what type of resources you can sell at the end of your turn. Use bells to buy decorations and earn Nook miles. When you pass go, stop in at Nook's Cranny and see what is for sale. If you see a decoration you like, cash in your bells and buy it. Decorations are worth Nook miles. The player with the most Nook miles at the end of the game wins. And enjoy the excitement of island life. After you make your first trip around the board, pick out a skill card. Skills let you do things like collect extra resources or sell resources for extra bells. Chance cards and Nook Mile cards let you collect bells, cash in your resources for Nook Miles, and hear from some island inhabitants. Then it does go through here. It tells you the first time you play that you do have to put the stickers on the dice. Now, I'm a bit of a crazy person, so I know that if I don't get these like centered exactly on there, I'm going to lose my mind. I don't know why. I kind of wish that they were just printed on there already. I kind of don't understand why they're not, but I will do that. And then it says assemble the Fisher token as shown, but that's how mine already was. So I guess that means that this one comes apart, but mine was already assembled. But yeah, okay, so I did just pull it out. So yeah, this reminds me of like one of those toys from a Kinder Egg. But yeah, it's weird. Mine was already assembled in the package. So there you go. And then it shows you how to set up the board game. I have that here on the video. I'm not going to read each thing on here. Like I said, I don't want to bore everybody too much here, but then it tells you how to win, the board spaces, what they are, action spaces, what they do, and then if we flip the instructions over, I'm just going to get to the part here where it says the end of the game, and I'll read that real quick. So it says the end of the game. The game ends when one player has purchased 7 decorations and all the players have made it back to go. The first player to buy their 7th decoration ends their turn and waits for the other players to reach go. When all other players reach go, they must stop there even if they have moves left. They may then buy decorations. No player can have more than 7. Once all players have made it to go and had the opportunity to buy decorations, all players count up their Nook miles. To add up your Nook miles, add up the Nook miles listed on your decoration cards. Add the Nook miles listed on any Nook mile cards you flipped over. If a Nook miles card has a penalty for not paying it off, subtract the Nook miles listed from your total. The player with the most Nook miles wins. And that's how you win the game, and that's how the game ends. So those are the instructions that came with it. And all your little tokens here. And all the little guys that I'm going to have to sit there and pop all of these out. So that'll be fun to do later. But yeah, so that is the Animal Crossing Monopoly New Horizons board game.